Hello YouTube, it's Mason, and in today's video, I wanted to take a look at my MacBook A1181. You guys remember back in the late thousands when Apple was really into the space-themed wallpapers? I certainly do. You remember when every macOS came with those space wallpapers? Well, when I bought this MacBook brand new in 2016, it had already been installed to macOS El Capitan by the previous owner. So, I decided the other night, what if I throw one of those old space wallpapers on here? I've done it before, and I wanted to do it again. And for whatever reason, those space wallpapers just look really good on this Mac. Maybe because this Mac came with it, or maybe because it's just the space wallpaper is complemented nicely by the white bezels of the Mac. I don't know. But it looks really cool. It looks kind of retro. And I just thought, what if I make a video of this and just show you guys what it looks like with one of those old space wallpapers. Kind of an appreciation video, just to show some love to this old white Mac, because this thing is still my daily driver. I use it all the time, and to be honest, whenever I'm going into coffee shops or I'm going to my college to do some studying, I am proud to whip this old white Mac out and hope that somebody looks over their shoulder or notices when they're walking by that I'm on one of these old white Macs. Since you see mainly all the newer Macs just sitting on those tables. So, join me and let's take a look at this guy, shall we? Alright guys, so this is my MacBook A1181. And if you've seen my channel before, watched any of my previous videos on this guy, you'll know that it's already been upgraded to macOS El Capitan. So, it's running the latest operating system that's out by Apple. And that's impressive enough considering this MacBook is like 10 years old, at least. 2009 to 2020. I think that's 11 years old. Alright, yeah, this MacBook is 11 years old. It's a really old Mac by today's standards. But it's still a really cool Mac. I would say retro is probably the word that you could safely use when you describe this, because the white color, you just don't see it anymore. You really don't. I've gone to some coffee shops, some colleges, and I've seen maybe one person randomly bust out a white Mac, and I'm like, whoa, like another one, cool. But let's not forget that Apple released one more white Mac after this guy, and it has a completely different model name that I don't have memorized. But it's a unibody white plastic Mac, and that Mac is pretty cool too. But this is the one that came out right before it, went from 2006 all the way to mid-2009. So this model that I have in front is the last model of this generation, or whatever you want to call it. It's the last one before it was updated to that white unibody Mac. But when I bought this guy brand new in 2016, I was worried that I'd have to update it from whatever operating system. If it was the stock one, it would have been Snow Leopard. I was worried I'd have to update it to El Capitan and that I wouldn't be able to. But luckily that was already done. So in my other videos, you'll see how I updated it to Catalina and all the fun that's involved in doing that. But the only upgrades I did to this guy really was just put some more RAM in it. It came stock with 2 gigs of RAM. Each slot had a 1 gig stick in it, which back in 2009 would have been fine, but today that's just not going to cut it. So I safely went to 2 gigs. I mean, not 2, 4, my bad. I went to 4 gigs. and that is the recommended amount for Catalina. This Mac is still using a 7200 RPM drive, so she's slow. It takes a few minutes for some things to open, but overall the experience, and you'll have to forgive me because I'm recording this with my iPhone XR, the experience on this Mac, let me zoom in, is actually not bad though. Like, let me open up this menu here, and you can see how everything is pretty fluid. Like, yes, it's gonna take a few seconds for this to pop up, but I mean, other than that, like, everything is relatively snappy for a MacBook of this age. Let me try to open up the Finder. Let's see how long that takes. You can see the Finder is definitely taking a few seconds to open up, but once it does, we see all my files in the recents, and there's the infamous beach ball. The rainbow colored beach ball. Yeah, alright. I think Catalina is a great operating system, but Big Sur is about to drop, and I know everyone's going to be updating to that. I can't, but for those of you who can, please let me know what it's like, because it looks cool. But still loving Catalina. It's a good operating system, and yeah. So it's relatively snappy, this Mac. And then we come down here and we see a dirty keyboard. Where's my finger? There we go. A few crumbs on it, I'm sorry guys. When I bought the MacBook, I threw a case on it, so let me swing it around. I don't want to damage the screen. And you can see how the screen kind of washes out a little bit. And you know, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Another thing I love about this Mac is this. The white light up Apple logo. When Apple did away with this with their 2016 MacBook, I was like, why? Why would you get rid of that? But my Mac still has it. But when I bought this thing, I threw a case on it. That's what I was going to show you guys. It's got a case. It's a clear iPearl case, which I got because the listing on Amazon said that the MacBook was in like new condition, but when I unwrapped it from all that bubble wrap and unpackaged it, it was covered in scratches. It had chips in various places, and I think my expectations were set too high. So I was a little disappointed, but I figured to better protect this Mac, I'd slap a case on it to make sure that I would do no further damage to its outer shell. I've already replaced this screen bezel once, and when I put the new one on, it cracked again in the same spot. So there must be a lot of stress on that corner. I don't know how to fix that, and I don't know if I want to buy another bezel and just have it crack again. But yeah, it's got a new bezel, but that is why I told you about the case, because you see this sleeve protection over the keyboard, which came with the case. So I'm trying to protect the keyboard as well, because it's Apple's tried and true. Everybody loves this keyboard. It's their chiclet style keyboard. It's got the old scissor switch keys. It's just a great keyboard to type on. They've been using this keyboard in all their Macs up until the new one. And it's just a great keyboard. People will tell you it's the best typing experience. So, I mean, listen to it. I made a window pop up. All right, we're just gonna close you. That's my hard drive information. But let me just pull this off real quick, so you can see the keyboard without it. The keys actually don't look too bad. They're still in pretty good shape. They don't seem to be too off color from their original white color. All the letters are clearly there with no signs of fade or wear. And I mean, listen to that. That's the good keyboard. Why would Apple get rid of that? But as you all know, I am a big fan of Apple. So, love you, Apple. And then here's the old trackpad with the clicky button, which with Catalina, a lot of the functions of this trackpad are gone because Catalina doesn't know what to do with this old trackpad. So I can't really use any of the gestures or any of the multi-touch gestures. I can only click and move my mouse, that's it. I do have a big chip here which I've never replaced, but I've always told myself that I would find a way to patch that up somehow. And then one more right there. But I mean, other than that, this thing is in really good shape, and I think that's what the seller meant by like new. It's mainly because a lot of these old white Macs, they don't hold up this well. And it could be because the owners are too rough with it, or maybe the plastic gets brittle and it really just breaks like that. I don't know. But when mine came out, it was this good. And even the tech guys at my college, when they were looking at it, told me this thing is in really good shape, that they haven't seen one this clean in a while. And I'm just like, dang, okay, like, you got me. Here's the bottom. I don't want to damage it at all. All the rubber feet are still there. The battery is there. All the writing on the bottom is faded off, but it's all still there. And this even has some feet that I can kick out if I want to prop up the MacBook for a enhanced typing experience. But yeah. And then this is that space-themed wallpaper, which is really the main reason why I wanted to do this video. This wallpaper, I believe, is straight from Snow Leopard. I found it online, and I think it looks really good. It goes with the white bezels. It seems to complement everything very nicely. It looks good. And I think this white Mac still turns heads. I know definitely when I unboxed it for the first time in 2016, one of the guys that was near me said, "Oh wow, an old white Mac. I like those Macs." And I'm just like, yeah, like these Macs are cool. I mean, what's not to love? It's all here. Just not a backlit keyboard, which makes typing at night kind of tricky. But other than that, this thing works. There's the eyesight camera. And, ooh, I don't want to ruin that. There's that backlit Apple logo, excuse me. But, yeah, that's it. So anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it. I just wanted to show you guys my MacBook and show you the wallpaper and just kind of, I guess, brag about it, whatever. But I wanted to show you guys, so here it is. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for coming along with me and checking out my MacBook. If you guys liked what you saw, please feel free to like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Check that notification bell so you can get updates on when I'm dropping new videos. And if you guys have one of these old white Macs, just leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think about yours, what you like about yours, I guess your story behind it. Mine is my daily driver. I use it every single day. I love it. And I just enjoy making videos about it. So thank you guys, and I will catch you all in the next video. I need to buy a solid state for this thing. I need to upgrade the RAM to 8 gigs at least. Man, stuff I think about.